Welcome to King Bounce the Second, a remake of King Bounce the First, and slightly different. And this is the miserable, rotten, no good, bad guy. Not bad guy, bad guy. So he is going to lead us into our playing field. Well, hi, it's Marilyn Price with the Mentor Project. And I brought back a story that I love to tell, especially around this time of the year when we are about to enter the World Series. It's also a story that is a lesson story, and I hope you like it, and I hope you're paying attention to it because you're not a good guy. You're a bad guy. Bad guy. Don't want to get my D's and my T's confused, okay? So do you want me to start the story? You ready? You want to tell them the truth about me? That you're an actor and you're playing a bad guy? It's true. It is. He can play really good guys too, but in this particular story, he's a bad guy. You want to show him how bad you are? Ooh, I'm bad. He's really bad. Likes to make trouble with a capital T. But I am ahead of myself. This is a story that I would like you to help me with. The way you're going to help me with it is I'd like you to pretend you have a ball. And what do you do with the ball? You bounce it this way. You can also bounce it up and down. So whatever is your druthers, you can pretend to have a ball in the palm of your hand. You can bounce it up and catch it. Bounce and catch. Bounce and catch. Okay? That's your job. My job is to tell the story with this actor, bad guy. Next time, can I have a good part? Yes, you can have a good part next time. Promise. I promise. But for today, you have to be the bad guy. All right. You ready to go? I'm ready. Okay, you want to growl? Pretty mean. Would you like to make a grand entrance? Yes. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a really, 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 really bad guy. No good, I'm telling you. And the reason he was so bad was he liked to make trouble. Trouble with a capital T. And I'm not talking just a recipe. He loved to make trouble. Would he make trouble for you? Oh, no. Would he make trouble for me? Nah. He saved all of his troublemaking for one and one alone. He saved all of his troublemaking for His Royal Majesty the King. Ew, he is so good. For those of us who like to make trouble, which is only me, he is the perfect target. And that was true, because this king was just such a good guy. The troublemakers, although we know we only have one, would always look out to make trouble for this king. So bring the king into the story with a little bit of trombone music. Please help me out here, please. Pick up your trombones. Do, 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 do. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, people of every single kind, here he is, His Royal Majesty the King. Now, the king would wake up every morning. And he would look to the right and he would look to the left, and then he would go out and do what he did the best. He would go out and do good things. He did good things for you. That's for you. He did good things for me. That's for you. Thank you, King. He helped everyone. He did good deeds. He helped people learn how to take care of themselves. This was one heck of a good king. Thank you. And then when he got home, oh no, he had more to do. And so he would read. He would write. And he was so busy into the late of night that the only way he could soothe himself to go to sleep was to climb on the tippy top of his royal bedpost and bounce on his bed. And when he got tired enough, he would fall asleep, sleep through the night, wake up the next morning and feel fantastic. And then he could go out and do everything he had done the day before, only more so. So the king went out into your neighborhood, and mine, and he would do good deeds. That's for you. Take care of all of his people. I love you. And teach them how to take care of themselves. And there you go. People would look forward to his visits. He had a very, 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 very extensive kingdom, and so it took him a lot of time. And then when he'd get back, he would do his homework. Yes, kings have homework, except he called it his castle work. Yes, he would read, he would write, and he would work on his computer. And then it happened again, looking for some way to fall asleep and remembering that it usually worked. The king would top to the tippy top of his royal bedpost and bounce on his bed. And that, my dear friends, is exactly how it went. Day after day, he would work, and night after night, he would bounce on his bed, and nobody ever knew. Except one day, as the king was bouncing up and down in his bed, who should come by but that miserable, rotten, no good guy who had peeked inside the king's window and saw a way that he could make trouble. And when the king had fallen sound asleep, he raced into the kingdom. And even though everyone was sleeping, he woke them up. Get up, everybody, I got news for you. And he did. Everybody woke up and said, I'm so sorry. Why did you wake us up, you miserable, rotten, no good guy? It's the king. Oh, is he okay? He bounces. I beg your pardon? He bounces, I said. He bounces? Like a ball up and down? You bet. Well, that's silly. Kings don't bounce. Yours does. He does. Mm-hmm. How does he look? Silly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, people of all kinds, nobody wants a king that bounces up and down. He looks silly. Kings are supposed to sit in thrones, they're supposed to help their people, but they're not supposed to bounce up and down. So what do you think they told him to do? Tell him not to bounce. Charlie, wait. Well, he raced in through the town and he went inside the king's room. He didn't even knock and he woke up the king. Really? Did you knock? I don't have to. I guess not. When the king heard the knocking on his head, he said, What? What are you doing here? I've come to report that the people are very unhappy with you. Why? You bounce. You bet. So what? You look silly. The people don't want a silly-looking king. The king was so sad. He had embarrassed his people. So he vowed then and there. He wrote a decree. No more bouncing. King Bounce the First. And he never bounced again. That was all very well and good because you know and I know that he would absolutely do everything he needed to do to take care of his people. So he went out in the kingdom, sure as shooting. He absolutely did everything as he did before. He helped them. There you go. He taught them what to do. That's for you. He even helped if a cat was up in a tree. But he never, ever, ever, ever bounced again. And he didn't sleep. Oh no, poor king. He was so tired. He tossed, he turned, he tried counting sheep. 1, 2, 7,042. But he got sick. He couldn't sleep. So they called the royal doctors. Royal doctors, royal doctors. And the doctors came in, they took one look at him, and they put him in one of those amazing, easy to drive cap ambulances. Ooh, they took him into the hospital. Ooh, they took him into a beautiful royal room. They gave him medicine. They took his temperature. Hot stuff. But he didn't get any better. As a matter of fact, he got sicker and sicker. Poor king. What was going to happen to him? So they asked him if he had one last wish. Be right back. Do you have one last wish? I do. What is it? Bones! Oh, jeez, Majesty. That was so loud. What could they do? They loved him. He took care of them, and they wanted to take care of him. So they took him back to the castle. Ooh. They took him into his royal chambers, and with a great deal of love and affection, they lifted him up to the tippy top of his royal bedpost and gave him one last bounce. It was a little one at first. Then he had another, and another, and another, and before you know it, the king fell asleep. He slept through the night, and another one, and another one. And when he woke up that day, he felt great. And the people were rejoiced. They were so excited, they jumped for joy. And the story goes like this. That king who they loved, who loved them, they renamed him. As good as his last name was, King whatever the first, he was renamed that very same day. And now he is known as King Bounce the First. And he is living and bouncing, helping his people, just like you, happily, ever after. You got to do what you have to do to take care of yourself. That would be the first. This is Marilyn Price with the Mentor Project, and I am going to ask my friend here, who did such a good job at being the bad guy, if he would like to help me tell you how he could find this story and you as well. Well, we're on the Mentor Project page. That's true. Where else are we? Oh, yes, we are on LinkedIn. Oh, that's true. Go ahead. You're on your own now. And then, of course, you could always find us on YouTube. And how should they live, please? Well, they should live happily ever. You as well. After. And that, my dear friends, that's the truth.